Take two. Welcome to the Shakaama Live Show with your host, Shakaama. So, it's not showing anything, so I don't know what that's about. Okay, so Joy Behar is in the news. Joy Behar called the Vice President of the United States mentally ill. Let me say something. I'm libertarian. I don't care about your stupid, I'm a Democrat. I'm a Republican. I don't care about your stupidity. But the rest of us are sick and tired of listening to people disrespecting the highest office in the world. In the world. There's nobody more powerful than the President of the United States. Nobody more powerful than the Vice President, except for the President himself. What is your problem? If you don't like America, leave! And take the illegals with you. Leave! Get out of here! We're sick of this! I'm sick of this. And Twitter has arranged it so that if President Trump makes a tweet, they completely erase all of the positive tweets back saying, oh, thanks for that information. Because a lot of times he's just posting information. They scrub all of that stuff and they only leave Democratic tweets back to him. And these people have been trained like dogs, like seals, to just go, what about this? You're so hateful. We're announcing signing the treaty to finally get Korea back into one nation. You're gonna take us to war. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. I don't care about your stupid party. Shut up! Leave! You don't like America? Leave! Well, we should impeach. Based on what? Do you know what impeachment means? He has to be, he has to be such a criminal. He has to literally just come out and say something like, I beat up small children and I sold them to Great Britain. It has to be something just outrageous. Kind of like somebody who had top secret information on a personal... Why were you all even considering that woman? I'm sick of this. I have a degree in this. And I grew up in a highly political family. I mean, it stands to reason I would go and get a degree in it, right? I grew up in a highly political family. Do you know what that means? That means that I have to sit and drink my tea and be all like, "Oh, so Ambassador, how are you doing today? That's great. It's such a pleasure to see you." My man beats up his wife every day. That's called, etiquette. And that's politics. You have to look at your enemy in the face and laugh and smile and pat him on the back. Not this childish stuff that's going on now. I can't stand the president. Then leave. Leave the country. I'd be banishing, but y'all don't want me as a judge. I'd be like, no, we're not sending him to jail. We're banishing him. He's gonna be banished all the way back to Australia, somewhere you can't even New Zealand, somewhere where you can't just hop in a car and come back, and you have to go through DHS to get back into the country. No, banished. Then you'll really see what that border crossing stuff is all about. Just stop it. So anyway, so she called the Vice President of the United States, the second most powerful man in the world, And there is no contest about that. We're talking about the president as commander-in-chief. He's the guy next to him. Calling the second most powerful man in the world mentally ill. Clearly, Vice President Mike Pence is not mentally ill in nobody's book. But who was it, or where did she get this information? Because you know she didn't think this up herself. Well, she got it from the very lovely and vivacious Omarosa Manigault, Tyrone Washington Jackson Jr., whatever her name is. I don't know what she is, because she's got a hyphenated name. Yes, good old Omarosa said she really fears for the vice president, and he does this and he does that, blah, 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 and so he's mentally unstable. Joey Behar, please leave the country. Please leave the country. We don't need you. We don't need you. And we don't need you sitting on TV worldwide saying stuff like that. Because, you know, the other countries don't know the whole story. So you saying stuff like that, they're going to be all like, well, okay, the Vice President of the United States mentally, Mr. King, please, King, you better watch out. They're saying that the Vice President of the United States is mentally ill. So maybe we shouldn't go into a treaty with them and sell them all our oil. You have no idea what the ramifications of your silliness is. You're affecting people who you don't even know. And all for grandstanding. You're probably not even a Democrat. That's what's really crazy about all of this mess. You're probably not even a Democrat. You're probably a Republican, conservative yourself. And you get on TV and they pay you millions of dollars and tell you what to say. And you do it. Okay, you want me to say Mike Pence is mentally ill? Okay. Mike Pence is mentally unstable. Oh, I know what they do. I know they send little messages and says, you need to stress this. You need to stress how terrible the president is. You need to stress how terrible the vice president. The higher-ups, the people with the suits that sit in the offices on the corner that overlook, what is it? Central Park. Where, where the area of his table costs $1 million a month. I know those people. They write little notes. They send it through their secretary. The secretary delivers it to the little runner guy, and the runner guy brings it down to the producer, one of the flunky producers that make, like $60,000 a year and can't even afford to live by himself. They have to have like 12 roommates to live in New York, and they bring it down to you and say, "This is what you got to say today." They already said that. Fox, CNN. Oh, speaking of CNN, let me tell a little story, ladies and gentlemen. It's story time with Shakaama. So, we were looking at video clips of CNN and our lovely president. But this is from the 90s. And we watched, somebody made a compilation of it, over and 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 over. What do we watch? We watch CNN talk about insulting Donald Trump to his face, who then, of course, got up and called him this, that, and the other and said, "You're a bunch of losers. Interview over. Bye-bye." This is from the 90s. Or the early 2000s, whatever it is, when his hair was completely brown. Of course he dyes it, right? He's like 9,000 years old. You all keep making fun of the guy. He's like 9,000 years old. But he's in shape. He's in tip-top condition. The doctor said he's in the best shape. Actually, he's in better shape than most people 10 years younger than his age. He's in better shape than most people 10 years younger, or even 15 years younger. But CNN did the same exact thing. So, the President of the United States hasn't done anything different from what he did 20 years ago. And guess who else didn't do anything different? CNN, NBC, same thing. He's been an enemy to the media from way back when. He's been an enemy to the media from the 80s. They always pick on him. That person, they've always picked on him. You all have short attention spans and don't remember beyond a week. This is what's going on. There's nothing that this man has done. He's a businessman. Okay, maybe some of y'all don't understand. He's a businessman. Okay? And they've been doing, you go look up the clips. CNN, he who must not be named. I think YouTube will destroy your video if you mention his actual name. So the New Yorker, the current president of the United States, walks out of interview CNN and go back and look at old footage. They said the same exact thing they are saying right now, but you all are short attention span. You think this is all something new. You think there's something that has all of a sudden came up. When in fact, they said the same exact thing 20 years ago. And 20 years ago, they were asking him to run. 20 years. They've been asking him to run for 30 years. Why? Because they loved his leadership role. They loved the stuff that he said. And he since he's a megala billionaire businessman, and who has been dealing with international law, business, trade, finance, had the scoop, the inside scoop of all of these trade deals that are coming from the Far East, the Middle East, and the Near East. Leave a comment if you know where the Near East is. What's the Near East? He's been dealing with that, and he was speaking out against it from 30, 40 years ago. He's saying they're eating our lunch. They're eating our lunch. The Far East is eating our lunch, and we let them. I don't know who would be president back then. I don't know who's on. I'm kind of young, 30 years ago. Who was our president 30 years ago? We let him. And he's been saying the same thing. Now he's in a position where he's capable actually to affect all of that. You all keep saying, I know my libertarians keep saying free trade. You can only do free trade if you're dealing with somebody who has the same amount of money as you. You don't trade with poor people. What do they have to trade? Nothing. You give them a handout and say, tough luck there. You have a nice day. Keep it moving. You trade with somebody who's on par with you. And right now, China is about the only country that's on par with the United States. Their economy is actually bigger than our own. So all of these people talked about, first of all, a lot of them are lying. They're told to say that stuff. And you all think they actually really mean it. First of all, they shouldn't be talking. They're supposed to be reporting news. Anyway, I'm going to let you all go. Us libertarians are sick of it. Sick. Just leave the country. We're not going to switch to socialism. We're not going to switch to communism. Just leave the country. Oh, and they Bernie Sanders kept trying to say that Denmark. Oh, socialist, such a fantastic socialist country. And then the Prime Minister of Denmark says, hey, Bernie Sanders. We are not socialist. We're a market economy. You open up a business, you get to keep your profits. I don't know where you get this socialism stuff from. All of Europe is socialist. Nope, it's not. No. They got terrible taxes. They're not all socialists. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like. Subscribe. Pat me on the back. I'm trying to fundraise for a computer. So look in the inbox, and there should be fundraising information in there. I need like something like $5,000 so I can actually have a real YouTuber computer. Now, for all of you people who are gonna say, "How dare you ask for money?" Well, how dare you ask your boss for money? I work for that. Well, that's an agreement that you have. You know what your boss does? Your boss sits on the phone, or the CEO of the corporation for the corporation that you work for sits on the phone all day asking for money to fund projects. My project is to buy a real YouTuber that can do video editing, sound editing, sound engineering, special effects, sound effects, and render 2 or 3 videos at once. Can't do that with this my phone here. In fact, I can't even edit with the phone. Thank you all for watching. Spread the word. Shakaama, paypal.me/Shakaama. There you go.